I'm not sorry about nothing. It should never happen, but I ain't sorry. Niggas die every day. You know, I send my condolences to the family, and I wish it never happened. Of him, I probably seen one picture of him, thought he was a model.
No one was intended to get hurt that night?
Nobody. It wasn't intentional.
Well, literally the next day after Pop Smoke was killed, you went to school. The same day.
Same day.
You went to school and they're talking about it in the classroom.
In the class.
And you having a guilty conscience in the classroom.
I remember how I felt.
Yes.
I just looked at it and just like, I didn't make no face expression, nothing. I just looked.
Pop, I worked with him right before he passed. Like, I was in the studio with him. He said he leaving to LA. Damn. I stayed in New York an extra day to make sure Fabio laid his verse. A contact was telling me Pop wanted to get in the studio in LA the night he passed.
Damn.
How talented was he in the studio? Like, what was his process?
It's crazy
like?
too.
Was he quick or more like methodical with his?
No, yeah, he was quick.
That song, when you guys were recording, you were probably both like what, 20, 19?
Yeah, I ain't know he was that young though.
I know.
He
You're
like
the same age.
Bro.
About.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Little brolic, he got the facial hair, deep voice. I'm thinking this nigga like way older than that. When I seen they say he was only like 20, I'm like, what the fuck? He was ahead of his time for sure.
Yo, Sleepy, man. Where them black niggas at? Where they at? You about to go see? We in the 40s? Yeah, nigga, yo, cuz. Yo, y'all niggas what? What's cracking, cuz? Yo, I know niggas violated, right? And he gonna violate y'all niggas back. Yo, we out here, man. We out here, man. What's cracking, man? Retaliation is a must. Take us out here.
Wow, how 15 hours ago, bro. Look at that. Post a picture in front of the crib.
Right in front of the fucking crib, man.
He did too, though. Look, he did too.
Y'all, the night Pop Smoke sadly passed away, he was with his best friend Mike D and a woman named Amelia Rose inside an Airbnb. Ever since that tragic night, Amelia's been quiet, like real quiet. She's been scared to speak up about what went down, until now. She's finally decided to share her side of the story, and y'all, it's heartbreaking. Let's get straight into it. So, back on February 19th, 2020, the world found out that Pop Smoke had been killed during a home invasion. 4 people had broken into the Airbnb he was staying at. Now here's the thing, it's been said they figured out where he was staying all because of an Instagram story that Pop had posted earlier that day. In that post, y'all could clearly see the Airbnb address on a designer receipt. Mike D, the friend who was staying with Pop, also shared some stuff to his social media, and that just made it easier for the wrong people to find them. These 4 guys didn't just stumble in through the front door either. Nah, they were on a mission. They avoided the main streets, hopped through a neighbor's backyard, and made their way up to the second floor balcony, all while wearing ski masks and gloves. One of the guys, he was under 18, and he's actually the one who pulled the trigger. They broke in through the balcony, tiptoeing through the house like they were hunting something. Eventually, they realized Pop was in the shower. According to the reports, that underage suspect admitted he walked into the bathroom, pulled back the shower curtain, and demanded Pop hand over his jewelry. We're talking a diamond Rolex and a Cuban link chain. Pop started cooperating, taking off the chain slowly. One of the guys even said thank you while he was doing it. But then, things took a turn. Pop tried to defend himself with the chain, and from there, it all went downhill. This whole thing led to a wild brawl in the bathroom. Pop Smoke went head-to-head with all 4 of those dudes. He started getting real aggressive, swinging that diamond Cuban link like it was a weapon. That's when the underage kid pulled a gun from his waistband and used it. While the fight was going down, the woman staying at the Airbnb, Amelia Rose, peeked her head out of her room to see what the hell was going on. That's when one of the intruders pointed a gun at her, told her to shut up, close her eyes, and go back in the room. She later said she saw 2 of them kicking Pop Smoke while he was already down. After that, they snatched the chain off his neck, yanked the diamond-studded Rolex from his wrist, and took off running out the house. Now here's where it gets even more chilling. All this came out because the underage suspect, who still can't be named, ended up confessing to the whole thing during a recorded jailhouse convo with his cellmate at juvie. He straight up said he was the only one who pulled the trigger that night. That confession alone makes sentencing way easier for prosecutors. After hearing how it all went down, a lot of folks online started throwing out theories, like maybe this was all a setup by his friend Mike D. Cuz, a real talk, y'all. Where was Mike during all this? He was supposed to be at the Airbnb too, right? Well, now, Amelia Rose, the same girl who saw it all go down and kept quiet this whole time, finally spoke out. And the reason she stayed silent? She was scared for her life. But now she's had enough. Earlier today, she posted on Instagram and straight up said, and I quote, "Mike, you are so fake. I'm sure you were involved in what happened that night, Mike. Real talk, your reaction, everything you did after Pop was gone, it was weird." Y'all, on the ride home, Mike Mike was looking mad nervous, texting somebody the whole time like he was trying to keep someone updated. And when we finally got back to the crib, he hopped on the phone quick, whispering, moving funny. Maybe now you'll finally tell the truth. You're like, who was the woman that helped set it all up? Who were the people involved in Pop's murder? You know all of it. I saw all of it. When Pop was on the phone that night, I remember you walked over to the window, looked outside, and then messaged somebody. That same window? It faced the stairs those dudes climbed to get up to the second floor. There were only 2 rooms that looked over that balcony. So how would they know exactly which one Pop was in? I'm telling y'all, Mike had to be the one who gave up that info. How else would they know we didn't have no security, no weapons? You saw them and just stood there. You had a chance to save us, to save him, but you did nothing. For 2 whole years I wanted to say this. I hate you, Mike. You ruined my life linking up with those people. I remember just minutes before everything went down, you walked outside and turned on the alarm. Maybe that was the signal to let them know it was go time. And now, prison's waiting for you. It's only a matter of time. Even detectives are saying this had to be an inside job, like somebody inside that house was coordinating the whole thing. Y'all, for the longest time, everybody kept asking, who was the girl staying in Pop's Airbnb that night? Well, now we know. It was Amelia Rose. And what she just came out and said, it's got people looking at this whole case very different. And here's what really makes it shady. During the whole fight in the shower in the hallway, not one of those dudes laid a finger on Mike D or Amelia. Nothing. They went straight for Pop Smoke, like they knew exactly where he was. Now ask yourself, where was Mike D when all this was going down? Because based on what Amelia's saying, he knew they were coming. He's the one who told them Pop was in the shower. The one time Pop didn't have nothing on him to protect himself. No chain, no strap, no help. It was the perfect moment to strike. Too perfect. And y'all, if it was that easy for them to take Pop Smoke's life, wouldn't they have taken out any witnesses too? But nah, they didn't lay a hand on Amelia. Not one. And that's what makes this even more suspicious. Pop Smoke was the only target in that Airbnb, even though Mike D and Amelia were both right there. Now don't get it twisted, I'm grateful Amelia made it out safe. And honestly, I believe what she's saying on Instagram, but at the same time, like, you gotta wonder, they're all sitting in the same house, a gun goes off loud enough to shake the block, and where the hell was Mike? Pop was really your best friend, like you keep posting all over IG, saying you miss him, saying rip forever, then why didn't you do anything to help him in that moment, bro? Why'd you freeze up or disappear when he needed you most? Now here's the part that really hits hard. At the latest court hearing, the 4 guys who broke into Pop Smoke's Airbnb, they finally talked. They revealed what they did with Pop's jewelry after the murder. That diamond-studded Rolex, they sold it for just a few $100s out on the street. A few $100. That's what Pop Smoke's life was worth to them. And the Cuban link chain? Still missing. Ain't nobody seen it. So now you've got 4 young dudes facing life in prison, all for a hit that barely made them a dime. Pop Smoke lost his life over some clout and crumbs. If y'all want more videos breaking this case down, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. It's District Trending, and I'm out. Peace.
I'm not sorry about nothing. It should never happen, but I ain't sorry. Niggas die every day. You know, I send my condolences to the family, and I wish it never happened. Of him, I probably seen one picture of him, thought he was a model.
No one was intended to get hurt that night?
Nobody. It wasn't intentional.
Well, literally the next day after Pop Smoke was killed, you went to school. The same day.
Same day.
You went to school and they're talking about it in the classroom.
In the class.
And you having a guilty conscience in the classroom.
I remember how I felt.
Yes.
I just looked at it and just like, I didn't make no face expression, nothing. I just looked.
Pop, I worked with him right before he passed. Like, I was in the studio with him. He said he leaving to LA. Damn. I stayed in New York an extra day to make sure Fabio laid his verse. A contact was telling me Pop wanted to get in the stew in LA the night he passed.
Damn. How talented was he in the studio? Like, what was his process?
It's crazy
like?
too.
Was he quick or more like methodical? With his...
No, yeah, he was quick.
That song, when you guys were recording, you were probably both like, what, 20, 19?
Yeah, I ain't know he was that young though.
I know.
He
But you're
like
the same age. Bro. About.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Little brolic, he got the facial hair, deep voice. I'm thinking this nigga like way older than that. When I seen they say he was only like 20, I'm like, what the fuck? He was ahead of his time for sure.
Yo, Sleepy, man. Where them black niggas at? Where they at? You about to go sit? We in the 40s? Yeah, nigga, yo, cuz. Yo, cuz. Y'all niggas what? What's cracking, cuz? Yo, I know niggas violated, right? And he gon' violate y'all niggas, right? Yo, we out here, man. We out here, man. What's that? Retaliation is a must. Take us out here.
15 hours ago, bro. Post a picture in front of the crib.
Right in front of the fucking crib.
He did 2 though. Look, he did 2 though.